really kind of an irritating video to make. Yeah, I saw this video. I was just watching a couple of e-cigarette videos, and they're all like basically, guys selling something and all that kind of crap. And it's sort of annoying. So I'm speaking about these e-cigarettes. They work very well. This one has a dead battery at the moment, so I have to recharge it. But they're very stylish. Got some new ones, all different colors. Very nice. So anyway, yeah, it's really been working for me. I quit smoking essentially. I mean, I'm vaporing now. So anyway, in the FDA, they have concerns, so they haven't approved this product, and so it's unregulated and all that kind of stuff, and that's not good because it's nicotine, so it should be regulated. But obviously, if you can sell cigarettes, you should be able to sell these things legally. The amount of harm this is doing compared to regular cigarettes is there's just no fucking comparison. And so really the difference is, to explain to you, this is the cartridge that really does the work. Just this little piece here, the 1-inch part. There's a little thing in there. It heats up. And what it does is it takes this fluid that you can put into the cartridge, or that's already in the cartridge. That's mostly water and nicotine. Liquefied nicotine, whatever, however you want to look at it. And it just boils it. So it's boiling. You're boiling instead of burning. So it's the same thing as like eating boiled food versus eating fried food. It's the frying, it's the high temperatures that makes your hamburger a carcinogen. If you didn't fry it, if you don't do it at high temperatures, it's less carcinogenic. Okay, that's the way it is for everything. You don't cook it at high temperatures, it's not as likely to give you cancer because it's not as likely to create those toxic chemicals. And that's why cars and all kinds of things create carcinogens, is because of the high temperatures. Alright, and so I have electrified this one because my batteries do go dead, and I want to be able to still boil my nicotine into my body even if the batteries are dead. So anyway, so yeah, they're really great. Anyway, so there's this stupid Fox. I'll play this Fox News report. And I'll probably speed this up, or parts of it, or whatever. I mean, I don't want to waste their time on this, but this was such an annoying. This is the typical standard bullshit kind of fucking news reporting we get. This is just such dishonest crap.
Hi, well, they look like real cigarettes. The tip glows, and something like smoke is even released, but a new fad called e-cigarettes is now getting attention from the FDA.
I mean, this is a fad. Yeah, call it a fad, right. It's a replacement for something that for decades all you whiny little bastards have been bitching about. Solves all these social problems you had to fucking fix, and you had to tax us to pieces for, and yet you're still going to complain, and they're going to call it a fad.
Despite the claim from the makers that these are safe.
Yeah, Dr. Mark Siegel, Fox News medical contributor, joins us now to tell us. Good morning to you.
Yeah, no, instead of talking about the technology itself, the idea of it, okay, of vaporizing just nicotine, no other chemicals. There's no need for antifreeze to be in these. The ones they found with antifreeze were one Chinese manufacturer. So, I mean, the chemical in antifreeze is really not antifreeze. And it's at such small percentages, it doesn't matter. I mean, what people have ingested over time by burning tobacco. I mean, you can't even make this comparison. So ludicrous. I mean, this is, this is 99% pure kind of thing. It's friggin' water. It's well, I'm not even gonna go into it, but you're not. It's less ingesting of a lot less dangerous chemistry.
Doctor, so are these things safe? What can we expect? And does it really help us try to quit smoking?
Well, it has some possibilities because...
Oh, please. Does it help us stop smoking? This little prick says, like he's a cigarette smoker. If he was a smoker, he would be trying it, okay? He'd find out for his goddamn self. Us. I hate that shit. You're not one of us, you prick. You're probably one of the jackasses who think he has a right to steal our fucking money all these years. And this stupid, idiotic, moronic doctor doesn't say a damn thing. He doesn't talk about the science of this thing, the fact that all the arterial disease completely related to the tar in cigarettes, all the pulmonary diseases, all the lung diseases, all related to the friggin' tar. Nicotine, there's tiny, tiny, tiny little statistical connections that it might be a problem, a little tiny, tiny, tiny problem. At best. That's at its very worst. I mean, maybe as much of a problem as broccoli in terms of a cancer risk, nicotine. So if you can make the nicotine, if you can give the addict his fix in this perfectly clean manner, this should be subsidized by the government, let alone opposed by the government. If any of you jackasses were sincere in your rhetoric that you wanted to help save lives and help people. But that was all a fucking lie. All you want to do was steal friggin' money, and now you're worried that you're not going to be able to steal money anymore. And they might have to tax something else, like your luxury cars.
Actually, a lot of smoking is related to an oral fixation. And we do have nicotine inhalers on the market.
Well, right there, where do you get that crap from, Dr. Crazy Pants? I mean, where the fuck did you get that? A lot of cigarette smoking is related to oral fixation. Well, I don't think it has a hell of a lot to do with any of the cigarette smoking that's been going on for the last fucking 10 years. Because guess what? You wouldn't be paying no friggin' goddamn $100 a week in taxes for some damn oral fixation.
Ready, but you know what? They're prescription only. And my concern about this thing is it's not restricted right now. And the reason the FDA has to take a close look at this is because I think it's a drug. It's got a lot of nicotine in it. You know, kids can get at it right now. I'm very concerned about this.
Yeah, well, kids can eat cigarettes right now. If they're going to be dumb enough to eat one of these things, or the tips that go on it, then they're dumb enough to eat a regular fucking cigarette, which can be just as effective in fucking them up. The only good news about nicotine in this form is if you do ingest, you're likely to puke your guts out, so you're not going to absorb much of it. But yeah, it's a dangerous chemical, and it should be regulated, and this little bottle should have a little lock on it or something just to keep little kiddies out of it. So if you want to go ahead and do that shit, that would be just fine. But prohibiting the manufacture of these things in this country and the sale in this country legally isn't going to fucking get you to that end, is it? No, that's not exactly how you regulate use. By driving an underground black market, you dumb morons.
Safety of kids. They could swallow these units that have the nicotine in them.
But explain to us how this even works. Do you light it? Or it's just a cigarette that glows red?
You do not light it. It is...
You know, even the way they're doing this news reporting, I hate that style. Oh, well, let's pretend we didn't do any research before the show, and let's just pretend we're all ignorant, we're all going to ask dopey questions, and you can make the answers, and blah, blah, blah. Let's not just expedite the whole damn thing and spell it out in fucking 30 seconds. No, let's waste people's goddamn time. Let's pretend we're all ignorant. You jerks.
Battery operated, and the battery warms the nicotine, and it releases a certain amount of it with each puff you take.
How do you then get the smoke-like quality?
It's vapor. It's actually not smoke. It's vapor of the warm nicotine. Now, actually, I'm told that it tastes quite good, and it actually tastes like an actual cigarette.
You know, if you're going to be on fucking national television, or, well, whatever it is, some Houston or someplace, who knows, if you're going to be on television, you know what you could do, Doctor? You could at least have the balls. You can get them with no nicotine in them, you know, just the plain dead tips. You know, you could borrow from somebody, I'm sure, and maybe you could take a few little hits, and then you could see what it feels like or what it tastes like. Okay, you get a flavored one with no nicotine, you can do it. Okay, I have them right here. They come with the package free, you dumb shithead. But no, you couldn't even do that. You're going to be on fucking TV. You're going to talk to people about what you know about something, and you didn't even have the fucking integrity to take a couple little hits off the goddamn thing.
And it feels like an actual cigarette. So it may have some potential for helping you quit smoking, but it is not regular.
Yeah, may have some potential. Well, obviously, it's stopped me from smoking, okay? A two-pack smoker for fucking 40 years. Well, for 37 years. All right, and now I'm not smoking regular cigarettes anymore. I'm just, you know, sucking on this all day. But regardless, I mean, it has its liabilities. In that, yeah, maybe we get too much nicotine now. Maybe it's not going to get addicts off the habit. Maybe it needs to be, you know, people need a little bit of help to wean off of this. But the fact of the matter is, this is not going to kill you. And that's a fact. An undisputable motherfucking fact. And this isn't going to sit there and be offensive to some jackass in the bar. And this isn't going to be all the fucking things that those other cigarettes were that made you assholes go into a fucking hysterical panic and force people to pay $3,000 in tax every year for their vice. Moron.
Okay, so what the company says, when we asked the company to come on...
They were afraid to come on.
They were afraid.
The company, right. There's like a lot of companies that make these things, you jackasses. So why don't you? You said they were afraid to come on. You're apparently afraid to tell us their name. You said the company. There's not one company. What, are you afraid to say it's their name? They aren't called The Company, are they? Is that their fucking name? The Company? So you asshole weasels are going to sit there and say that the company was afraid to come on and you're afraid to tell the company's name. Isn't that fucking bizarre? Well, maybe you were afraid because maybe the company that wouldn't show up was, what, Wing Zhang in China or something. What fucking company did you ask on the fucking show, you fucking prick?
Come on, but here's one of the statements by the company.
The
They say our
company.
product is comparable to that of a nicotine patch, except that people still get that oral fixation, which they love. So you're saying, is there a way then that the company's saying, look, with a nicotine patch, you don't quite get that oral fixation. People are they're used to that, and they still need.
That's nothing like them stupid fucking patches which I used and which were